Roger Stone, facing gag order, launches counterattack politics. Stone was arrested last month in a pre-dawn raid and charged with obstruction of justice, making false statements and witness tampering as part of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. On Friday, but rather than toning down his rhetoric, Stone appears to be abiding by the principles he espouses in his books. For instance, it's a dubious legal strategy. Judge Amy Berman Jackson informed Stone last week that she was considering a gag order. She was quick to put Stone's response, delivered via an Instagram post this week. Stone, in his public diatribes, has claimed he is being targeted because he works for InfoWars and supported Trump. And he has continued. In one Instagram post, Stone is shaking hands William Binney, a former National Security Agency official who has turned into a vocal critic of the agency. U.S. intelligence agencies have concluded Russian intelligence hacked the DNC and other top Democrats, and used platforms like WikiLeaks to disseminate the stolen material. Stone concluded his post with a series of hashtags including Seth Rich was a Democratic National Committee staffer who was fatally shot in Washington in 2016. Police said evidence. Both Fox News and the Washington Times ended up retracting stories based on the murder as leaking retribution conspiracy plot, but the lore has lived on, to the devastation of Rich's family. As for Stone, unrelated to the Mueller probe in which he admitted to making false statements on InfoWars about a Chinese businessman and apologized for his commentary. Stone's attorney and Mueller's office declined to comment. Prior legal woes aside, Stone's eagerness to discuss his case publicly and in colorful fashion could make the judge more inclined to put a gag order on the case. Stone and his attorneys have vowed to fight any such effort and are expected to make the case that Stone's livelihood depends on his ability to speak freely. Jackson appears to have anticipated that defense. The judge said, if she does crack down on public comments on the case, Stone's legal team could also appeal the move. Last year, Stone may have a solid legal premise for an appeal, Wu said, although most defendants consider it a risky move. Indeed, Stone is still racking up appearances and using nearly all of them to hammer the tactics used in the pre-dawn raid at his Florida home. Stone has also compared the law enforcement presence the morning of his arrest to the forces deployed against drug lord Jochen Guzman, known as L. Stone's vocal complaints even sparked a response from ex-convict and former football star O.J. Simpson. Simpson's parting words for Stone Man.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.